Hi guys, so I'm starting to get some questions about our week 2 homework, and it seemed like a good idea to just upload a quick video to talk about that homework. So there's two parts to the homework. The first part is continue to make progress in our textbook. So we still have homework that's assigned. Your chapter 2 homework will be in Connect just as chapter 1 was. So that's pretty straightforward. The second piece of the homework is in a Blackboard assignment. So you'll see the Blackboard assignment in our week 2 folder. You'll open that, download the Excel document, complete it, and then upload it back to Blackboard to complete the assignment. As an aside, this is how we'll turn in all of our projects. So if there's any issues or glitches or understandings that people need to get to do this effectively, we want to work this out before we get to the submission of the projects. I recognize that not all of you have worked in Excel, so I have also added some Excel tutorials to our Blackboard account there at the very end of our content section. If you haven't had experience with before, please just take a quick look at their YouTube tutorials, but they'll kind of give you an overview of how that product works. Effectively, Excel is a big piece of graph paper. You can use it just as paper as a starting point, and then just put in your information into it and then develop your skills over time. It has very powerful tools associated with this big piece of graph paper, and it's my hope that as we continue through the course that you'll be able to use some more of that functionality. What's most important at this point is to recognize that when you open up that file, there are actually 2 pages in that worksheet. If you're having difficulty seeing the 2 pages, just look at the very bottom of the worksheet that you've opened and you'll see little folder tabs there. And so the 2 pages that you'll see, one is for your financial goals and the other one you'll see is for your career information. All right, so let's just talk about the financial goals piece of this. I am aware that you may not know exactly the right financial goals that you will have sometime later in life. What's important here is that we start the process of documenting what our goals might be. It's very likely that you're going to change them over time. I'm not concerned about that. What I am concerned is that we start this process of actually writing down what our goals are. So it's my expectation that you have at least one goal is a short-term goal, one goal is an intermediate, and one is a long-term goal. The other worksheet that you're going to be working on is about looking for a potential career. This is my expectations that you're looking post-graduation at what a possible career trajectory might be for you. Again, I'm not holding you to this. I'm not going to come chase you down 10 years from now and say, why did you change your job? You told me you're going to do this, So the idea is, what might you like to work with? What might you want to do? And we are going to have somebody from the Career Center who will come and talk to us on Wednesday and will help drive a little bit more resources in terms of helping you support that understanding. So you can go out and start looking in the web. One of the resources I might direct you to for WSU is just go to the main WSU page, the wsu.edu, that's at the main Pullman campus, and look at their Career Center. And what I like particularly about their Career Center is they have a button on their page that says, what can I do with this major? And students find that pretty useful to start talking about what I can do with this major. It's important that we try to identify what is a starting salary for that kind of position, because you will use that in your future projects. There's other work that I would like you to work on this week that you're not going to be submitting for grading. The 2 pieces I'd like you to work on, one is a net worth analysis. And for some of you that could be negative, and that's okay. We're just trying to get a snapshot of where you are personally. So I encourage you to do that, and we'll talk more about that on Monday. And the second piece that I would really encourage strongly that all of my students in personal finance do is a cash flow statement. So the idea is that you try to identify every dollar that you spent in the month of August. What was every dollar that you spent, and what did you spend it on? Now, for some of you, that's a very short question because you didn't spend very much because you're at home and you're in lockdown. But for many of you, that's a bigger question, and I recognize it's a more frustrating question. That makes it a more important question for you. Usually I have students do a spending diary. It doesn't work as well right now. So I'm going to ask you guys to just personally go back and try to do your own personal cash flow statement for August. Again, for those of you with a complicated spending profile. I recognize it's more work. I also think it's more value. We'll talk more about this on Monday and a little bit again on Wednesday. And until then, take care and be well.